It can be difficult to look at all of this, the pace of change, the scale of the challenges, the complexity of the decisions we face, and not feel overwhelmed. The world is changing faster than at any point in human history. The technologies being developed today will transform the lives of people alive right now and will shape the world their children and grandchildren inhabit. But there is reason for something other than anxiety too. Consider what human beings have already figured out. We have mapped the human genome. We have sent spacecraft to the edge of the solar system. We have built a global network that connects billions of people and gives anyone with access to it the ability to learn almost anything, communicate with almost anyone, and participate in the largest conversation in human history. We have developed vaccines that have eliminated diseases that killed millions of people every year. We have increased life expectancy dramatically. We have reduced extreme poverty more in the last 50 years than in all of previous history combined. These are not small things. None of it was inevitable. None of it happened automatically. It happened because curious people asked questions, because careful people ran experiments, because brave people challenged old assumptions, because ordinary people in laboratories and workshops and offices and classrooms around the world showed up and did the work. Science is not a collection of facts. It is a process, a way of asking questions and checking answers against reality. It is the most reliable method humans have ever found for understanding how the world actually works, as opposed to how we assume it works or wish it worked. Technology is what we build with that understanding, and what we choose to build and how we choose to use what we build is not a scientific question. It is a human question. It depends on our values, our priorities, and the kind of future we want to create. The next 50 years will bring changes as large as any in the past. New energy systems, new medical treatments, new ways of computing and communicating, perhaps contact with life elsewhere in the universe, perhaps capabilities we cannot yet imagine. What those changes mean for human beings, whether they make life better or worse, more free or less free, more equal or less equal, will depend on choices. Choices made by scientists and engineers, yes, but also by politicians, by businesses, by communities, and by individuals, by people like you and me, deciding what we care about and what we are willing to do about it. The world we live in was built by human beings. The world our children will live in will be built by human beings too. The only question is which human beings, and with what intentions, and guided by what understanding of what matters. That question, more than any specific technology, is the most important one we face, and answering it well requires exactly what science has always required: curiosity, honesty, careful attention to evidence, and the willingness to change your mind when the facts say you should. The universe is very old and very large. We have been here for a tiny fraction of its history on a small planet in an ordinary galaxy. But in that short time, we have done remarkable things. And if we are thoughtful and honest and willing to do the hard work, there is no obvious limit to what we might do next.